As you know, the Young Leaders program does not end here. It is a journey that continues in the Aspen community long after the official program has ended. And I invite on stage again Mr. Ionut Solenikov, Aspen Fellow from the 2014 cohort, to tell us their story and to offer the Aspen Fellows Network Grant to a community project of this year's Young Leaders Program generation.
Thank you. So I'm back in case you missed me. So before announcing the award and explaining, I want to add my congratulations to the graduates, to the class of 2017. And I remind myself of when I was in my MBA, there was a widely held mantra among my classmates that the goal really is to make as much money as possible and then give back when you retire. And this is kind of what everybody believed and what was championed. And people would point to Warren Buffett and Bill Gates and say, oh, if you make more money, then you can give more back. But recently I've heard a counter mantra that I wanted to share with you, which is, if you feel the need to give back, then maybe it's because you took too much. So to the new fellows, what I wish for you is to take carefully and give generously, often and with intent. Now, the Aspen Fellows Network Grant is awarded to the individual or individuals of the graduating Aspen Young Leaders cohort that have developed the most promising community project as selected by the members of the Aspen Fellows Network. These are the alumni of prior Young Leaders cohorts. The winner receives $1,000 from the member fees of the Aspen Fellows Network, the alumni. Now, having gone through the presentations prepared by the teams, I can confidently say that this is one of the most competitive years that we've seen. A lot of high caliber presentations, very difficult to decide on a winner. That being said, we must choose. And one of the most interesting proposals came from someone who looked at the structure of share capital in Romania and specifically highlighted dormant accounts and how these can be reactivated, a great potential for our economy that has been ignored. And so I think the idea has quite a bit of merit, still needs some development, but I want to welcome to the stage Mr. Răzvan Dumitrescu. Congratulations. So I asked for a check, but I didn't want to lose it, so we just have a piece of paper, but it's official that the money's yours. Congratulations.
Thank you. Doamnelor și domnilor, stimați invitați, prieteni Aspen, membrii Aspen, vă mulțumesc. I realize that Romania is not yet the international language, so I'll have to switch into English, even though you might have some developments such as Brexit that can facilitate that on the longer term. So, ladies and gentlemen, members and friends of Aspen, thank you. What a great night indeed. This is by all means a vote of confidence. Together we can address the ongoing lost opportunity of dormant accounts. To provide a bit of flavor, these accounts emerged during the mass privatization program in the early 1990s. A quarter of a century on, here we are. There are currently 8.4 million accounts outstanding. That means around 40% of the population of Romania is entitled to receive in a form or other some shares, being listed or non-listed, mostly listed accounts. Now, these account holders do not receive dividends. In a way, it's legal, and then it goes back to the companies whereby these account holders, they have their shares. For instance, for the past decade, roughly 150 million euros of dividends were not claimed and returned to certain listed closed-end investment funds. This is just to provide you a flavor in terms of the magnitude. and why it's been labeled by certain market participants as the ongoing lost opportunity. Overall, lack of action means that corporate governance suffers, and it suffers for a quarter of a century. And the story can go on. But I feel that it's our time to actually act and try to tackle this issue. And I'm confident that in this journey, entities such as ASF, the securities regulator, BVB, the stock exchange, Depozitarul Central, and Ministerul de Finanțe will be able to implement such a solution. And I also need to be grateful to the partner that I work for, EBRD, because it allowed me to take a journey both from a personal and professional perspective in terms of onboarding and trying to tackle these dormant accounts. Last but not least, I realized that this is the last award. So I'd like to toast a glass of hope and positive vibe for all of you here. And this is the prize that goes for all of us. So thank you. Cheers.